Hello, everyone. So, Comic Uno here, and I thought, why not do a surprise Q&A? So, I've had a little bit more free time today, so I was supposed to do another podcast, but it got moved to tomorrow. And I said, why not do a Q&A? Because, the summer is almost kind of over. And I won't have a lot of time in the next couple of weeks, but I want to do Q&A. I always like doing these Q&As. It helps me learn more about you guys, I guess vice versa also. And cool time to talk about comics, television, and, my channel. So I like doing them. And this time I brought 2 water bottles. Usually I get very thirsty during these Q&As. So I brought 2 water bottles. That way I don't get up during the middle of the Q&A to get something to drink. I don't like doing that. But usually I make these about 2 hours. We'll see what happens if people join. Usually I promote these. The only time I promoted this was this afternoon when I was like, hey, why not do a surprise Q&A? 'Cause I didn't know this was happening until today. So that's the thing. Doing it today. Want to get some questions from you guys. Could, again, be about comics, movies, TV. I just uploaded a lot of videos just now. So that's why I was a little late. I wanted to do it like 9, but didn't happen. So it ended up being like 10 because I uploaded videos Comic Frontline like I always do on Sundays. So I did that. And just now I uploaded a Parks and Recreation video. A series review, which I don't tend to do that often, but I decided to because I really like the show, and I've been binging a couple more shows lately, so I decided to do that. So that's something I did. And then also like Father Like Daughter video I put up because we are now on Indy Planet too, or Indy Planet. I always forget the name, but yeah, Indy Planet, DriveThruComics, and of course the regular store are in. So if you guys haven't bought your copy yet, go ahead, buy it. And if you guys have any questions for Like Father Like Daughter, you can ask that too. I think I'll probably do another Q&A. I mean, maybe, sometimes I just like doing the random Q&As. Those are fun. Now I'll probably do another Q&A when I hit 2 million views. Is almost coming up. Total 2 million views, or 8,000. Now I know 8,000 is a bit farther. I think I'm on 7,000, like 250, I think I'm up to subscribers, so it's going to take a little longer unless you guys subscribe. But yeah, so I usually like doing the 1,000 mark. I like doing a special Q&A, like giving away digital codes, doing stuff like that. Also, once Like Father Like Daughter, we get ready for issue 2. We're already working on issue 2, but once we get ready to promote that, I'll probably have more Q&As for that too, which I personally really like, and hopefully you guys do too, because I like talking about writing too. So yeah, it seems like we're getting more viewers. I haven't even like clicked onto the page yet because the Google Plus is weird now that you can't mute the video before you put the video on, and I usually do that. I usually have the video up instead of using the Google Plus comment tracker. I usually do that, and for some reason it's like weird now, the live shows. So go figure. So that's why I just uploaded the comments now. So let's see what questions we got. I know I babbled along for the beginning, but that's, usually I do that to wait for questions, and we do have questions. So let's answer some. Harry Bean asks, any hopes X-Men Apocalypse will do better than F4? Also looking forward to the next part of Spiral and the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, I think, X-Men Apocalypse looks like it has more promise. Supposedly both villains look like Power Ranger villains. I thought Dr. Doom looked very much like a Power Ranger villain because he had no mouth. He just like was speaking somehow. I guess Fox could just say it's like telepathic speaking, but they didn't really explain it like anything else in that movie. You can check out my rant for Fantastic Four if you like. But yeah, the X-Men movies they've been doing pretty well with. I think they're solid films. I enjoy them. Especially like the first and second X-Men, and the other ones are really good too, really intellectual comic book movies, so I like that. I like the decades they're going through, so I think that's fun, and the social commentary they're using, so I think they'll do well. I'm not really worried about that one as much as if there's a Fantastic Four sequel. And going to the Amazing Spider-Man, I guess, question or comment, I think that series has been going a little slow. It's like a mini series with Jerry Conway. Like, I really liked it in the beginning, especially with Secret Wars. It's kind of a nice break and going back to the regular universe. But I think 5 parts were a bit too much. The last couple of issues have been a bit slow, but overall, I think it's been a pretty good series. But I do think it began a bit better. So next question is from Harry Bean also. Did you get a chance to check out Star Trek Green Lantern yet? Issue 2 would be coming out this week. I have not. I'll probably maybe if, get some copies somehow in the future after it's done, I might read it. But I'm not a Star Trek fan, so that's why I have not read it yet, and I have a lot on my pull, so it's a bit harder to read those extra books. But I do thank you for recommending the book, and it's definitely been in the back of my mind. And I know Jay's been reading it. I feel like some other people on Comic Frontline have been too. But yeah, I'm not a big Star Trek fan or cosmic fan, so I don't know if I'll love it or get it or get it in my mind. I don't know. I might, I might purchase it, but I don't know if I'll understand it because I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I've only seen like the newer movies. It's all to extent of a Star Trek fan I am, and that's more of like, hey, cool sci-fi movie. Let's get to the next question, which is from Harry Bean. Just to let you know, I'll try to order like Father Like Daughter in a week or 2. That way you know when I get it. Awesome. Again, much appreciated. Anyone that could support the book like Father Like Daughter. It's an indie book, so you guys buying it really helps the book and shows my company that you guys want it, and that's the way we can issues. So, and again, get quicker to the other issues if you guys support this issue. So thank you. That really means a lot, Harry Bean, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on the book. All right, so reloading the comments. Oh, it said like disable comments for some reason. Okay, here we go. Now we're here now. Okay. Tavia says hello. Reveal Pattern said, on your comic, like Father Like Daughter, do you illustrate and write it? Or if both, how do you go about illustration process? I do not draw. I can't draw for my life. I don't even think I could draw stick figures. So that is not a talent of mine. I do write the book, though. I think I'm a good writer. You guys have to tell me. But yeah, so I write the book, and Wayne Brown draws it, and of course there's other people that color it and letter it, all the behind the scenes stuff and other jobs you have for a comic, but that are kind of overlooked because the artist and writer are always looked at more, but you have the letterer, the colorist, the inker, so we have that too, and that's all on our website, who did all that. If you buy the book, it's in the book too, who did everything. But Wayne Brown is the artist, I'm the writer, so I can't tell you the process of illustrating, but I've been working with Wayne a bit more with issue 2 closely. I've been talking to him a bit more. Usually I go through short views and talk about the pages as an editor also of the book, because I'm editor and writer of the book. But now I've been talking to Wayne a bit more through Facebook to really see each other's process through the book. So issue 2, we're working a lot closer with each other, and I love the work I'm seeing so far. And we'll have the Kickstarter actually really soon for issue 2, so we're excited about that. We're going to be promoting the hell out of it, and I'm really excited about this issue. I'm excited about every issue. I'm up to issue 4 of writing the issue. I have it plotted out for like 10 issues, but I'm up to issue 4, and every issue just like there's something special about it. Issue 2 is a really geeky issue, so if you like all those superhero references in the first issue, you're getting a lot more in issue 2, meeting a really fun character, and of course more of that drama with the father-daughter relationship. I'll say even more drama in issue 3 and 4. If you like the drama portion, issue 3 and 4 definitely has that. I feel like every issue has something special, so look forward to all that fun stuff coming up. I'm really, really looking forward to you guys reading it. And again, if you haven't gotten issue 1, please support the book. Really appreciate it. Okay, so next question from Tevia. What is your opinion on Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F? Because in my opinion, I really like the movie, and I'm hoping you get to see it. I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan by any means. I've tried it a couple of times. We're planning a Media Madness show, hopefully for the future, dealing with Dragon Ball Z. And this is more that me and Jay are not Dragon Ball Z fans at all, and we're trying to get people. We already have people that are Dragon Ball Z fans that are gonna like introduce us to the world. But yeah, so I have not seen the movie. I mean, maybe if I love it after Media Madness, I will. But I've seen episodes, and I'm not it's just not, I'm not a fan of the franchise that much, but I know there's hardcore fans of the series. All right, let's reload those comments. Let's see. Yes. Got a lot of comments. So yeah, keep coming with the comments. Always appreciated. That's how we continue this. Tevia says, I was just wondering if I could support like Father Like Daughter on Kickstarter like before, please. Of course. I mean, the Kickstarter is not launched yet, but once the Kickstarter is launched, I'll have a big thing of it. I'll have a video. Again, the more support we can get is the best. So if you want to support it, yes, please. You get cool prizes for it too. We're planning it. We're hoping to release this very soon for issue 2. All those updates will be soon, very soon, for issue 2 Kickstarter. Next question. Indy Orndez. How do you feel about the new Deadpool, new Spider-Man, and new Batman? Thanks. Keep it all up. Love your videos. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I don't know if you mean the comics or the movies. Yeah, I don't. Could you rephrase the question and tell me if you mean the comic books or the movies? Let me know exactly which new ones you're talking about. All right, next question. Oh, next question. Yeah, Reveal Patton on the topic of Spider-Man. I think there's a couple questions here. How do you feel about Tom Holland, and what do you want to see in the new movie? I don't know much about Tom Holland's work, so I really can't say like I love him as Spider-Man because I have not seen him as Spider-Man, and I haven't really seen many movies with him. I think I saw one movie with him, and it's kind of like he didn't have like a memorable role, so I don't have a big comment. But of course I'm excited. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I'm excited that Marvel has the rights to Spider-Man again, and yeah, that's all I can really say about it now until we have more information. All right, next question from Reveal Patton. Do you want a campy comedy action feel like most MCU movies, or something in between? Oh, it's the same thing, or something in between the original? I personally, one of my favorite movie, or really one of my favorite movies of all time, is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. So I want to see more of this realistic. I guess I kind of in the middle of campy, or I want the feel and the jokes and the funness of the MCU. But I would like to see kind of the serious plot lines like Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's film. So yeah, maybe something in between, something, I would say like Ultimate Spider-Man, what Brian Michael Bendis did in the beginning of Ultimate Spider-Man, the way back in the early 2000s. I would really like to see that feel of Spider-Man for the movie. All right, reloading. Let's see what else we got here. Some reason it did not upload. Yay. Okay, so the comments, let's try this again. Because sometimes the comments are weird on here and they just don't upload right. Here we go. I got them now. All right. Harry Bean. Also, I think I got a Fantastic Four comment before, but I didn't see it. Oh, I think this is just a comment from Harry Bean about the one I answered about Star Trek Green Lantern. It's really great Green Lantern story with Star Trek characters tossed in to show diverse power rings used by some crew members. Cool. Yeah, again, I think you do have to be more of a Star Trek fan to like that, but it seems pretty cool. All right. Oh, here we go. Tevia, question. I was just wondering if I can do a spoiler-filled review on the Fantastic Four. Also just wondering because in my opinion, I just really want to join the Media Madness show for Fantastic Four. Well, I saw that you did a Fantastic Four show. I couldn't make it, but I'm glad that you got to do a review. I mean, you can do whatever you want. And we are full for Media Madness, though. We've actually had a couple of people ask for Fantastic Four. I know Comic Book Fan 1992 also asked. But right now we are full just because we have 2 shows. We don't want to make it too long for Fantastic Four, like planning and make it like an hour-and-a-half shows. We don't want too many guests. But for that show, it's going to be Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on Comic Frontline. And that's going to be for Fantastic Four. Greg Katzman is going to be on it. My co-host for Legends of Tomorrow podcast. And also Mike Real School is going to be on it. Also, Wednesday, we have a huge Pretty Little Liars show with Brant from Comic Frontline, Jeremy from Comic Frontline also. We have Andy from the Flash podcast, who's my producer for Legends of Tomorrow podcast, and Morgan, who is actually a writer for Buddy TV. So that's going to be a huge, huge panel for Pretty Little Liars. We have a lot of Media Madness stuff coming up. But Tevi, if we have something free, which right now we really don't, because we're like scheduled like for most of the year now with I think like one open, and we might have a show, of course. But we'll let you know if we have anything open. All right, next question. Reveal Patton says, who's your favorite artist for Amazing Spider-Man? I love Ramos. And how do you feel about the new Amazing Spider-Man run in the 616 Marvel Universe? Favorite. Ron Friends, of course. I'm a big Ron Friends fan. Also, Pat Leaf's art. He also worked. I think he's did a couple of Spider-Man stuff too. But Ramos is great too. I actually like his artwork also. I know that's some people don't like his art, but I do. And I'm guessing you do too, because he said so. And what was the other question? I know there's another part to that. How do you feel about the new Spider-Man run? The one that's going to happen? I don't know. It looks kind of weird, but we'll see. As I haven't read it yet, so once I read it, I'll give my full opinion. But I will say it looks a bit weird. But I like the Renew Your Vows so far. I'm really enjoying that, the Secret Wars one. Ray Bean says, what's your thoughts on Linda Carter as a Miss America in a future Marvel film? She was in Vader in World War II. That'd be weird because like Linda Carter is Wonder Woman. So I don't know. Would that work during a Marvel movie? Yeah, I mean, she wants to do it. Cool. I'd be game for that. And then Andy said, sorry about that. Yeah, I meant the movies. So let's go back to his question. He said, what do you think about the new Spider-Man, which I already answered? The new Deadpool. Check out my trailer review was just posted this week. So check that out for my thoughts on Deadpool. And the new Batman, I actually like Ben Affleck as Batman. It's another one of those things I don't think we've seen enough of him to really judge him. So I can't really say much on that. But hopefully he does a good job. And I think he looks the part, at least the Bruce Wayne part. And I hope it's a good movie. All right, next question. E-Rock just came in here. Did you say how many issues of Like Father, Like Daughter issue scripts you have done? Yeah, I could say it again because it was a bit earlier. Right now I have I'm working on issue 4, the script for issue 4. I have issue 2 and issue 3 all handed in. And then plotted, I have about 10 issues, I would say, because it's all plotted through the movie script. And I'm definitely coming up with more ideas for the next arc after that too. So I have a lot of ideas for Like Father, Like Daughter. So if you guys support, there will be a lot more stories to come. All right, let's reload. Let's see. Thank you guys for all the questions. Really appreciate that. All right, right now I got one more question. I just want to see if there's any more in the bottom. Okay, one more question so far. Jeremy, and yeah, again, if you guys have more questions, that'd be great. Hey, Kat, didn't know you were doing a Q&A since I'm in the middle of Pretty Little Liars mini binge. Any predictions for the mid-season finale? Yeah, right when I was actually talking to you, I was talking to Jeremy on Facebook before, but when I was talking to him, I was setting up for this Q&A because it's a surprise Q&A. I didn't know I was doing this Q&A until earlier this afternoon, so that's something. And again, I got my waters to be ready. My throat gets really dry with these. My throat gets so dry with these Q&As because you're talking so much. But I like talking, so that's always good. But anyways, to answer your question, I feel like I'm stalling, though I could get enough question for you guys. But what do I want to happen in the mid-season finale? I hope we get the time skip for a while. Like, I want to see, we're going to find out who Charles is, which I'm very excited about. Don't know who he is. I don't even want to think about it. I just want to, like, be really surprised. It's coming up really soon. I can't believe it. It's like 2 more days. And we'll find out. And like I said, we're going to have a huge Media Madness show for that on Wednesday that Jeremy's going to be joining us. So excited about that. But yeah, I want to see the flash forward. I don't want to be like the end of the episodes, like find out in a couple of months how they're doing. I really want to see like at least 5 to 10 minutes in this episode of that. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I really like to see that. So that's something I want to see. Everything else, like good action, like good character moments, that's all you can really ask for. Hopefully it's epic and surprising. More than that Charles one, where it's like, oh, he's Charles. We gave you his name, but we won't we won't show you who he is, even though we've been hyping this up for so many weeks. I don't want that. I don't want it to be all hype fest. I want things to be revealed, and let's hope that happens. All right, reloading. All right, next question. Yes, we do have a couple questions. I really like the like father, like daughter questions. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. Oh, wow, a lot of questions. I guess it just didn't load before. MVLA Productions. How long have you been reading comics, and what got you into comics? Yeah, this is a question I get a lot. Of course, it's a great question. I've been reading comics for as long as I can remember. I don't remember a time I haven't been reading comics. And I got into comics because my dad, actually. My dad was a big Silver Age collector, DC Comics, and he got me into it. I read a lot of Superman, especially Superman when I was growing up. And then the shows and the movies got me into Marvel, and I became more of a Marvel fan growing up, which is weird. I started kind of with DC, and now I'm a fan of both companies equally. And so I guess the movies and TV shows, but definitely my dad was a big help for getting me into comics and making me know about comics and being diverse in comics. Reveal Patton. Do you think F4 will return to Marvel Studios, and what's your thoughts on the movie? I've gotten this question a lot this week because I'm sure F4 is on a lot of people's minds. And I will say I'm going to save my comments for the movie review. So it says rant, so you could probably see what I thought about the movie there. But check out my movie review. It's about 11 minutes long, and it's entertaining. If you want to see that, me rant about that movie, go ahead, watch that. What was the other question? Do I think it's going to be a sequel? Or no, do you think it's going to return to Marvel Studios? Yeah, question I've gotten a lot. No. I don't. I think Fox has enough money to keep it. They're gonna keep making shitty movies. Maybe if they see, oh wait, the price is not great, but then they're going against Marvel and they'll have scrolls and they'll just have even more. The reason Sony made the deal about Spider-Man is because they were bottom of the barrel. They weren't making any money because of all the controversy they had just weeks before. So they were kind of forced to give Spider-Man away. Now with Fox, they're doing really well with X-Men, so maybe they'll like do a crossover movie with the X-Men and try doing that. I could see that happening. I don't think they're going to give the rights away. It's just a different situation. Fox has money enough to keep it. Even if the movie bombed, they'll still keep the rights because they're fearful of Marvel. That other review dude says, how well did Michael B. Jordan do in the Fantastic movie? I thought they were all bland, and I know there's a lot of great actors. I personally love Miles Teller, but he was pretty bland in the movie too. So I would say they're all pretty bland, and Michael B. Jordan just didn't have a lot to work with. So none of the actors had a lot to work with in that movie. So I think that answers the question. Andy says, also, are you excited for Flash Season 2 and Arrow Season 4? What are your thoughts on that? Thanks again. Of course I'm excited. These are two of my favorite shows. Arrow, of course, I'm like counting the freaking days for that show. I love it. And Flash, I really like too. But Arrow, as you know, is my favorite show, like almost of all time. So I love that show. And I'm just excited for both of them, though. I think both are gonna have great seasons. Next question. This is from Tevia. I'm wondering, do you think Spider-Man's going to get rebooted post-Secret Wars, or we're going to go back to the same old bull? Because I really want Spider-Man, a.k.a. Peter with his wife, Mary Jane. I don't think it's going to be rebooted because from what we've seen, it just looks like a new direction. But I really can't say. I don't know. Maybe it would happen. We don't really know much about post-Secret Wars yet. Just know that there's a lot of titles. Reveal Patton, you said Spider-Man's your favorite Marvel character. Why is he one of your favorites? I grew up with Spider-Man. I grew up with the Spider-Man movies and loved that. But what I love about Peter is that honestly that he is Peter Parker as much as Spider-Man. There's a lot of heroes where it's just like the hero and that's it. Like Captain America. You don't really get to see Steve Rogers on a daily basis because Steve Rogers is Captain America and vice versa. Peter is not just Spider-Man, he's Peter Parker, and he has a life outside of Spider-Man, and that's I love the double life, and I think Spider-Man is definitely one of those key characters that has that, and why I like Spider-Girl so much too. And sense of responsibility, his personality, the list goes on, and just the interesting stories he could tell. The secondary characters are great too. I mean, they're not utilized as much in these days, but the secondary characters are great for his world. He's so just goddamn relatable. So yeah, I love Spider-Man. I've been reading Spider-Man for a very long time. Review Dude says, what is your opinion on Inhumans? I have a lot of people hate them and would love to hear what you think of them. I don't have a huge opinion because I really didn't know much about the Inhumans until this year when they became popular because of the TV show, because of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and because Marvel has been pushing them a bit more, but I don't really like them that much, honestly. They're very much like X-Men, but like, hey, we're in this different world. So yeah, not a big Inhuman fan, but things that came out of the Inhumans I really like Kamala Khan, and even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what they've been doing with Inhumans. But Inhumans themselves, I'm not huge fans of, or huge fan of. Next question, or next comment. Adam Franco said, like Father Like Daughter issue 1 was epic. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I'm really working hard on this, and I'm glad people are enjoying it. Next question is, other review dude, how many issues is the current Like Father Like Daughter arc? I'm thinking it's going to be around 10. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know exactly how many issues, but I say 8 to 10 issues the first arc is going to be. And it's going to be their whole origin story. So it's going to be, because it was written as a movie script first. So it's about a 90-page movie script. And again, I think it's going to be 8 to 10 issues. Next question. Tevia. I'm just wondering, what's your opinion of Miles Morales going to 616 universe, and do you think the Ultimate Universe is finished? Get this question a lot too. I think it's great that Miles is going to be in 616, but one thing I loved about Miles is his supporting characters. So it's kind of a shame that I don't know if we will see his supporting characters. I hope we do. And what do I think about the end of the Ultimate Universe? It's been coming. They've been saying that they'll end this universe for years now, and now it's here, or maybe not here, who knows. So when it happens, it happens. When that story comes out, we'll see if it's good. Not really going to think about it until then. All right, next. Nerds Plenty. If you could cross over any Marvel DC property with like Father Like Daughter, what would it be? Spider-Girl, of course. That was easy. Reveal Patton. Kat, how did your comic like Father Like Daughter come being, or come together? Like, how did you bring together all the people together to help with your idea, and how many people are actually involved? So quick story on that. Like Father Like Daughter was actually a screenplay first that I did for school, for a screenplay writing class I had. And I was like, whoa, this actually could be a really good comic book. And I made a YouTube video looking for artists, and then Short Fuse Media came to me and says, hey, we could publish your book. We have artists, we have a letter, we have all these people. And we're like, whoa, that's great. So we worked together, and that's how like Father Like Daughter came to be. Obviously, it took like a year to do that, more than that. I mean, just to get issue 1, and now we're into issue 2. We're getting a quicker pace now, but it took a really long time to get to this point. And obviously your support also really helped to get this book alive. Your support, your donations from Kickstarter, and your enthusiasm about the book has been really exciting. But how many people it takes to do this? It takes a lot. Short Fuse Media has a whole group of people working on the book and planning about the book. I edit the book, I write the book, and I also do a lot of the business side and the promotion side of like Father Like Daughter. So I'm obviously very heavy involved because it is my story, but Short Fuse Media is very heavy involved too, and we're working together to really create a good product for you guys and make the best thing possible. So great question. All right, next is Tevia. Question. Do you think F4 is going to go back to Marvel? Which I answered already, so let's reload the questions. All right. Let's see. Scrolling down. Other review dude, if you could learn any instrument, voice included, which one would you choose? Guitar. I've always wanted to learn how to play the guitar, was never good at it. So that's something I would like to do. I tried many times too. I've had like 3 guitars. I played Rock Band. I actually have a Rock Band set right there, but never could play the guitar. It's just very hard. It looks easier than it is. Next question is Tevia. Do you think the comic could do a crossover with the Invincible universe? Because I've been reading Invincible recently, and holy, this comic was amazing and really dark in my opinion, but really good in my opinion. Yeah, Invincible is great. I mean, if Robert Kirkman knocked on my door to say, "Hey, Kat, do you want to cross over universes?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah!" I feel like I would probably say that to anybody that I really, look up to. But yeah, if he knocked on my door, and yeah, so sure. Robert Kirkman, hear that? I will love to cross over with my book. But yeah, Invincible is great. It's one of my favorite series of all time. Terrence J says, "Did you like Arrow season 3?" There's faults for Arrow season 3. I mean, I love Arrow in general, but there's good things that keep Arrow season 3 too. Things that I liked, obviously, is Thea's journey. Thea Queen is my favorite character of the show. I love her. So she became a hero, so love that. I think Laurel's journey was really great. I loved her too. Nyssa, fleshing her out a bit more. Negatives of the season obviously being Oliver, honestly, and the Ra's al Ghul plot could have been fleshed out a lot better. Olicity thing got a bit too much. I feel like they could have balanced that a bit more. There's a lot of drama. I like Olicity, but there's a lot of drama within the Olicity arc, and hopefully we'll have just Olicity without the drama next season. That way all fans are happy. But yeah, so there's things that are wrong with it, but there's things that really came good because of it, like Thea and Laurel. All right, next question. Harry Bean, if you like H2O, check out the show I came across called Am I High? It's Spy Kids meets Doctor Who meets Totally Spies. I've actually seen Am I High. I've seen every weird show there is, so or not even weird. Am I High is not that weird, but I've seen any supernatural, especially teen show. I've seen them all, even British shows. But yeah, I've heard of it before. I haven't seen every episode, but it's pretty good. I've seen it a while ago, but it's like a fun little kid show. So yeah, it's cool. Next is Tevia. Do you think Superior Spider-Man should become a god after the Inheritors were defeated post-Spider-Verse? Because in my opinion, I really hate Superior Spider-Man. Do I think he should become a god? No, I don't. I don't think he became a god. I don't really remember what happened to Superior Spider-Man. I have to look back. I don't really remember. I read a lot of books. Nick Rossi says, "What do you think of Starfire not being in the Teen Titans post Flashpoint?" Good for her. That Teen Titans book is horrible. So good for any teen hero that was not in that book. And she's in a great book now with Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. So good for Starfire. Nathan Banks. Hey, Kat, have you ever watched the episodes of Real Adventures of Johnny Quest when it was on Toonami? I've heard of it. I think I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I've heard of it. All right, reload the comments. Let's see. Oh, sorry. It just took a little while. Okay. The other review dude. Don't you hate when ants get on your picnics? Speaking of ants, do you like the Cassie? We got an Ant-Man. Could be Marvel planning on Young Avengers show / movie in Phase 4. I do hate when ants get on my picnic, but I don't really do many picnics, so it doesn't happen that often. But yeah, I wrote many articles. I wrote, did many videos on this because, I'm a big Cassie Lang fan. And I think they did her pretty well. I mean, she's 5, and they had her personality really well. And I wrote an article on the Weekly Poll saying that I do think this is planning for a Young Avengers movie. This might be me being very optimistic about it, but I do think it's going to happen, and I hope it does. They're setting it up very well for it to happen, either as a show or a movie. Reveal pattern. Have you ever checked out the anime or manga of Attack on Titan? Actually, Tevia's in the comments made us watch a couple episodes of Attack on Titan. I thought it was cool. I think it's a really dark show. I don't know if it's my type of show. That's why I haven't really continued it. But if I sit down and watch, I have to sit down with somebody to watch it, I think. I don't think it's one of those shows that I will have someone, one of those shows like, yeah, I'm going to watch Attack on Titan tonight. I want someone to say, hey, watch Attack on Titan. Let's watch the whole season. That I probably do. But yeah, I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of the show. Next question is from Tevia. What is your opinion on Teen Titans pre-52 comparison to New 52? I've talked about this many, many times, and I don't know if I'm tired of ranting at this point, but yeah, obviously pre-52 is much better than New 52. Check out my other videos. Me saying and ranting about that. I made a recent video, the worst New 52 titles. You can check out a rant of that. Next. A-Rock, have you been to Hell's Kitchen? Is it like what it is in Daredevil? I've been in Hell's Kitchen before. It's not really like it is in Daredevil. Daredevil in that point was written like the 80s when, obviously New York was a lot worse to be in. But then you had in, I would say early 2000s, late 90s, they cleaned up the streets a lot of New York, so it looks a lot better than it did in the Daredevil comics. So, yeah, I've been to Hell's Kitchen before, and it does not look as bad as that. It doesn't have it has crime. It doesn't have as much crime as it does in Daredevil. Other review dude. Which X-Men would you hate to be turned into a human? Mine would be Beast. Oh, wait. Can they turn in human? I didn't know that was possible. So mutants could turn in humans now? Yeah, I didn't know that. Next, what's with the creepy guy walking back and forth behind you in your backyard? Could be my brother. I don't think there is, though. You're scaring me, guys. Yeah, my brother does gardening, so it could be him. Probably is him, if you do see somebody. If it's not him, that is pretty creepy. Let's hope it is. Thanks, guys, for scaring me. Next question is Nerds Aplenty. Thanks for answering our question. No problem. So comment, more question. The Mount Vernon kid. Hey, Kat, are you going to watch Fear the Walking Dead? Yes, actually. As I've been saying for a while, I'm not a big Walking Dead fan. I watch it, but I'm not a huge fan of the show. It's not one of those shows like, yeah, Walking Dead's on. It's like, yeah, Walking Dead's on, cool. I do think it's become a lot slower. I don't know. It's just not one of my favorite shows of all time compared to other people. But Fear the Walking Dead actually looks really, really cool. And I wasn't expecting to say that because like, oh, no, I need more Walking Dead. But I think the 6-episode limit and also it being these civil people seeing the beginning of the zombie apocalypse is kind of more up my alley. Seeing like a twist in the world of normal people, fish out of water type stories. So more than like, hey, we already know the savage land of the walkers. It's like them getting used to it and seeing them become badass. I like that idea. So I'm actually super excited for that show. And I'm surprised to say that, but I really am. All right, next. Oh, we have some hidden comments. It's from Tevia. What is your opinion of Cassie Lang's stature screwed over in the new Ant-Man series? And he has his opinion. Tevia, try separating your opinions with your questions because it gets a bit hard. So I've told you that before. But yes, this is another thing I've talked about a lot because I'm a big Cassie fan, but it kind of sucks that they're, putting Cassie's story on the sidelines because Scott, also understandable because it's his series. And I hope Nick Spencer can kind of redeem that in his next Ant-Man series, but we'll have to see. Next question. What is your opinion on Attack on Titan live action movie? It looks great. If it comes in America or comes out in America, I'll give it a try. All right, let's see more questions. Let's see. For some reason, like, some of them got, like, skipped. I'm just making sure I didn't skip too many of them. All right, let's see. All right. Okay. The other review dude says, what do you think of the first interaction between Miles from the Ultimate Universe and Katie Bishop from the 61 Universe will be like? Awkward. It's like, hey, didn't we date? Oh, wait, you worked for Hydra? Wait, you're not that person? Got ya. Hopefully they do that. I'm glad you mentioned that because now I want to see it happen. Terrence J says, do you have a favorite food that you have to have when you binge watch series such as Daredevil? Yeah, definitely. I mean, favorite food in general is buffalo wings. If someone wants to feed me buffalo wings, sure, just, send them over here. But favorite food for binge watching, probably not buffalo wings, even though it's just my favorite food in general. Chips. I love chips. As you guys know, if you watch Frontline Live, I'm a big chip fan. And popcorn. I like, popping some popcorn and, enjoying some stuff. So that's my binge watch food. Crap, pretty much. Next question. Indy or Dornez? I feel like most people don't like Superman because he's basically God. I also grew up with him because my mom, she loves Superman, and he means a lot to me. What do you think about the new direction they're going with him in the comics? I think it's something different. I don't like the artist on the current Superman books. I'm not reading Superman himself just because, like I said, I don't like the artist. But I've been reading Superman-related books like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, Superman, and I like the direction it's going. It's obviously really different, but is it the same Superman? No, but it's kind of an interesting story. It's a little long. I will say it's interesting. Next question is from Reveal Patton. Will there be an overarching antagonist, like Voldemort from Harry Potter, in your comic, or just many antagonists? There'll be an antagonist. There'll be an overarching antagonist for this arc. I'll answer that. Other guitar dude says, I would recommend Rocksmith to learn guitar. Since you use the actual guitar, it's pretty fun to play. I played it and broke the strings on my guitar. That's how bad I am. Never fixed it. So that's why I have not played it again. One day I'll get back to it and fix the string again. All right, next question. Harry Bean, have you seen the blog site Super Team Family Lost Issues? It had Batgirl meets Spider-Man, Supergirl vs. Wasp, just to name a few odd covers. I have not seen that. Terrence J, are there too many comic book TV shows on TV? I never think there's too much. You can watch whatever you want. I don't watch Gotham because I don't like it. It's not a comic book show I like. Constantine, didn't really like it. Not gonna watch it, but I love Arrow, love Flash. Really enjoy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So you can watch whatever you want. I don't think there's ever too much. I hope other people feel the same way, but we'll have to see. It's always great to see more superhero shows because it gives you opportunities like Supergirl coming out. Sparrow, what do you think of the Fantastic Four in general? So not the movie, just the characters. I love the Fantastic Four. I don't think they're treated right because right now they're separated now. They don't even have a team book. But I've always enjoyed the Fantastic Four. There's arcs and I think writers that don't really do them right, but I kind of miss when it was just about family, when they're just hanging out with each other and being the Fantastic Four. And it's been a while. They always need someone creative with it. It's like, no, just do the Fantastic Four. So don't send them in space all the time, even though that is the Fantastic Four. Kind of miss the grounded Fantastic Four. That's what I miss. But yeah, I enjoy the Fantastic Four a lot, to answer your question. All right, let's see what other questions we got here. Let's see. Tevia asks, if Fables was turned into a live-action show like Walking Dead, or better yet, like Once Upon a Time. So do I want to see that? Yeah, I just started reading Fables a little bit. I have the first trade. I like it so far. It's pretty cool. If it ended up becoming a TV show, I'll probably watch it. Give it a try. Next question. What is your opinion of the new Batman Beyond series? I read the first issue and I dropped it. So that's a determinant of what I thought. Yeah, I didn't like it too much. But I mean, granted, I don't really like Batman Beyond that much. And I've said that on many occasions. So it didn't really feel that bad to drop it. All right, going down. The other review dude, Digimon or Pokemon? Pokemon for video games, Digimon for the TV show. The other review dude, do you have a favorite season of Power Rangers? Dino Thunder and Mighty Morphin. Tyler Phillips says, what do you think of Secret Wars so far? Wow, that's actually going to be a long answer. I like a lot of the miniseries from Secret Wars. There's, a select few I really like, and they're actually really good. Renew Your Vows, Years of Futures Past, Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde. Those are some really good ones. But the event itself, I do think it's a bit long. I don't like that it's 5 months. I've got to add Secret Wars out. I'm like, I kind of want my normal comics now. And also, I hate the actual event book. I'm not enjoying it at all. So overall, I think we got some good stuff from it, but do wish it was a bit shorter, and I could have lived without the actual event book. All right, next question is from Karen Shea. What story would you like the solo Batman film to focus on? Under the Red Hood, maybe? Yeah, that'd be great. I would like to see if they could do that. Other review dude, wait, if a comic creator showed up at your front door, wouldn't you want to know how you found your address? That would be pretty scary to me. Hey, if they're knocking on my front door to do a comic book with me, I don't care how they found my address. We're doing a comic book. But yeah, it would be a bit weird. So I would ask them how they found my address. Hopefully it's not the guy walking in my backyard that you guys are saying that is happening. I'm hoping that's my brother. All right, next question. Nick Rossi, hopefully I pronounced it right, because now you're telling me I pronounced it right. Okay, Nick Rossi. You're literally the first person I've ever known to ever pronounce my last name correctly on their first try. Have a cookie. I would like a cookie. Also, I have another question. What do you think about Batman Hush's ending and all the twists in it? Are you a fan of that kind of story? Yeah, I thought it was a good story. It's been a while since I've read it, but I like twists and turns to my story. Next question. Other review dude, favorite flavor ice cream, simple chocolate. Other review dude, when do you think the market will be oversaturated with comic book movies / TV shows? Do you think comics will suffer the crash like westerns? I hope not. I really hope. I hope not. I don't know when, and I hope it's not soon, because it's cool that people are liking comics. So let's hope never. Especially for the sake of my job. Let's hope never. All right, let's see. Question, what's your opinion on Mayday's Parker story we're getting right now in Spider Island? What do I think? I really like it. I really like the psychological aspect of it. Going into May's brain, how she feels with her father's death. I hate how short it is. That's something I don't like, but it's a great story. It's great just seeing her back. Next. What's your opinion of Justice League Gods and Monsters? Loved it. Watch Medium Madness with Joel and obviously Jay that we did like last week, 2 weeks ago. We did a show talking about it, so check that out. And I also have a movie review on my channel, so check that out if you want to hear more of my thoughts. All right. Let's see. Again, more of those questions. Yay, more questions. Going down. Okay. Next question is from Reveal Patton. For comic book writers / artists, do you recommend starting a web comic first or try to pitch an idea to publishing comic company like Image? I say, obviously practice your craft first. Do stories for yourself first, not just like, oh, I want to publish this. And I mean, it's the way you write. If you feel like you could tell a story in one page, go the webcomic route. I mean, both you, but also if you feel that you want to send it to a company that you feel confident enough to do so, go for it. You never know what's going to happen. The worst that's going to happen is they say no. So take a chance. Parent Jay, what's your dream job? Like doing this for like a total living, That'd be awesome. Or comic book writer. I mean, that or TV writer. That's definitely the dream job. I'm Vernon Kid. So thoughts on X-Men TV show rumors? If it happens, I'll be excited. I love the X-Men, and hopefully they do it right. So yeah, I would love to see that. Next, this is from Chris Mount Vernon Kid. Is it uncanny that the actor who played Vandal Savage looks just like his comic counterpart? Yes, and that's why I love that casting. Who's your favorite member in the Justice League Gods and Monsters? Probably Batman. I really liked his arc. Last question from Chris. How do you feel about Madame Mask being the villain for Agent Carter Season 2? I think it's great. I think it fits the Hollywood style that they're trying to do for this next season. So I'm excited for it. Next is from Andy Ordonez. IDK, if you ever mention it, sorry if you did already, but what type of music do you listen to? Any bands? I like a lot of rock music, I guess will go, and I like old music too. I like a mix of music. I love Switchfoot. It's my favorite band. One Republic, I really like. Who else do I like? I like Dave Matthews Band. I do. But I love the Beatles. Really love the Beatles. Old songs I've been listening to. Just look through my favorites. I have a favorite playlist on my channel. That's literally all the music I listen to. So check that out. Oh, Jack Johnson I really like too. So yeah, this type of music I like. Harry Bean, have you seen a ghost or believe they may exist? I've not seen a ghost. I never want to see a ghost. Do I believe they exist? Yes, I think I do. All right, next. A-Rock, do you ever feel bad dropping comics? Recently, I trimmed the fat from my pull list, but felt bad about it. LOL. I like that term. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've dropped books in the past. I've been doing this for a while, and books don't stay consistent. And you're like, well, I'm not enjoying this as much. I feel guilty. That's why it kind of takes a long time for me to drop stuff. Like Flash, it took me forever to drop that series. And then I end up picking it up again. I'm like, how did this happen? I thought I dropped this series. Teen Titans has happened in many occasions. Yeah, you feel bad, but then you feel good because you're not wasting your time reading something you're not fully enjoying, and you're spending your time on books that you actually enjoy and giving chances to books that you might have not tried if you had so many books on your pull list. So it's like a bittersweet thing. All right, next. Veal Patton. If you haven't gotten your comic physically published, would you have leaned toward the webcomic route? Yeah, probably. We actually do have a webcomic to promote the physical book, so I know both paths very well. But it's harder, I guess, because you have to fit a story in one page, and it obviously would take a really long time to publish. So I guess I would, or maybe I would have waited just to, find a place to publish my book, or I mean, honestly, just try my hardest to really publish that book. So I personally don't like the webcomic route unless I'm promoting my own book, or I wouldn't just want a webcomic and that's it. But people have their niches, and webcomics, physical comics are more my niche. Okay, moving on. Thank you guys for really the awesome questions so far. Let's see. This is from Tevia. What is your opinion of the X-Men Days of Futures Past Rogue Edition? I didn't see it, so I don't have an opinion on it. Tevia, what is your opinion of Invincible Universe as a whole, comparison to Marvel Universe, the DC Comics Universe? Do you think it'll ever cross over with their heroes and villains, and who would win in a fight? I do think, obviously, Marvel DC has a grander universe, but I like Invincible's universe. I think it's cool. But what I like about Invincible is, the kind of main characters, not so much the outer characters, so I guess that says something. And also, Invincible has crossover with Marvel, both Marvel and DC, I think. I know they crossed over with Marvel. Spider-Man and Invincible has a comic together, so pick that up. It happened. You'll find out who won in the fight. I have it. I don't remember when I read it, but I have it in my box somewhere, so I've read it a long time ago. All right, let's see. Going down. Going down, going down, going down. All right. Other review dude, as a whole, how did you feel about Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye? As a whole, I really liked it. You know, I do think they had a lot more potential, and they ended it really abruptly. Like they had a story going. They're like, well, Kate, you know, Kate's dad was actually going to go against Kate and work for these bad guys, and then they end it, and then we have Lemire's run now. So I was a little disappointed they ended it that way, and also obviously it took so long for the issues to come out. And I read it. I read it single issue. I didn't read it in trade, so I think it might have been a better trade read. But I liked it for the most part. It brought, you know, Kate more in the forefront, and I've always appreciated that. It brought Clint in the forefront too, so I liked it for the most part. But it's far from a perfect run. Other review dude, has been your favorite video to do? What type of video? Maybe these. I really like the Q&As, but I love every type of video. You know, the better thing to say is like why I love every single type of video. Like I love my TV reviews, I love my comic reviews, I love them all. So I don't know. I guess the live shows, I guess, because I get to interact with you guys a bit more, but I love them all. I love making videos in general. All right, we got Exile State Comics. Hey, great job to Like Father Like Daughter. Thank you so much. Thank you for reading. What post-Secret Wars books are you looking forward to the most from all new, all different Marvel? I'm really excited for Spider-Gwen to continue to see where that goes. But I'm really excited for Thor. Like, who knew I would ever say that? I'm so excited to see what's going on with Jane Foster. So Thor. Really excited for that book. All right, next. Terrence J. Though DC Cinematic Universe and TV universe are separate, what does it seem that the TV shows are hindering by the movie universe? Can you reword the question? What is it hindering? I mean, I think the TV universe is doing better than the universe. So, yeah, try rewording the question because I do think the TV universe is better. All right. Mount Vernon Kid, with all these great biopic movies, should there be a Stan Lee and Jack the King Kirby? Why not? Sure. Other review dude, do you think we will ever see Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine costume? Maybe. Maybe we'll see it. Bastard Jokester. Do you listen to hip hop? I do not. Kevia, I already did that. Terrence J. Wow, you're the first person I heard say they liked Batman from Gods and Monsters. Hope to see more from Gods and Monsters. I really liked him. I thought he was great. I thought it was something different. So yeah, Batman. Definitely not going back on my word on that. I have one question. It's from Comic Book Fan 1992. Oh no, never mind. Well, I could do this one at first, I guess. I have a question. What would you see X-23 be in Wolverine 3? I would like to see it. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'd like to see that. Other review dude, did you notice that Goat Man in the Suicide Squad trailer? It's just me, or is anyone else hoping we're going to see Professor Pig? I've never cared for Professor Pig, so I no opinion. Next question. Question, what's your opinion on Wally West coming to The Flash Season 2? Do you think that we're going to get the real Wally West on this show, or are we going to get the horrible New 52 version we're getting now, which sucks? I'm excited. You know, hopefully they have the personality of the Wally we know and love, and I trust these writers that we will. Question, Tevia, what is your opinion on Spider-Man One Moment in Time? Disappointing. I remember when they were promoting it, I was super excited, and it was horrible. Just a reminder why One More Day is bad. All right. Moving on. Oh, we're actually out of questions right now. So I guess I'll just wait and see as we load more questions. All right. Let's see if we got any more. I'm planning on going for like another half an hour to hour. Oh, here we go. It just wasn't loading. Okay. Next question. Other review dude. Cat, look behind you. Oh no, this is Scream all over again. Guys, There's no one behind me. Oh no. I don't know why everyone keeps saying there's people behind me. I don't know what's going on. Oh no, my phone is ringing. What's your favorite scary movie? So that's how the reenactment of Scream is, right? You guys scare me with people. All right, anyways, going on. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Going on. Next question. This is from Rabbit Ears blog. What do you think they will do with Colossus in the new Deadpool movie? Hopefully be awesome. I don't know. Probably, be more of the hero the more generic, not generic hero, but more of the real hero, because Deadpool is very anti-hero-ness. The Colossus will be more of like, hey, you could be this guy, but you probably won't. And also just like kind of say, hey, X-Men is in the same universe as Deadpool. Next is from Rabbit Ears blog. What are your thoughts of a Fantastic Four and X-Men movie crossover? After seeing this movie, I don't want to see any more Fantastic Four of that nature. So no, don't want to see it. Unless it's good, which I don't think it would be. Rabbit Ears blog. Do you think it's great that Deadpool movie will be rated R? Yes, I do. Vernon Kid. Marvel team ups, Cat, is where Mark Grayson and Peter Parker meet. Yes, that was the issue. And I have it. I do have the issue. It's been a really long time since I've read it, though. All right. Let's see what else we got here. All right. So there was someone in spam, but I guess there wasn't. Loading. No, it says spam. Why? Oh, there we go. The Sparrow 002. Have you ever watched Quentin Tarantino movie? And if so, what's your favorite by him? I've seen a couple of his. My favorite, I don't really like Quentin Tarantino that much. I guess Kill Bill would be my favorite. The ones I've seen is some of Pulp Fiction. I've seen all Django. And I've seen them both Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. So I guess Kill Bill would be my favorite. Tevia, what is your opinion of Arkham Knight games? I've answered this many times. I haven't played them. I'm not a big gamer. So no opinion on that. All right, reloading. Reloading these questions. We're going down. I have like this. Here we go. We got Exile State Comics. Do you think DC regrets casting the movie Flash now that the TV show has been so successful? I hope so. I hope they just cancel it. It's like, nope, no Flash movie. I hate the casting for that movie. Harry Bean, if you could get DC or Marvel to relaunch an old title or give a solo to someone who hadn't had one, which would you lean towards? Yeah, I need Spider-Girl to get a book, so that's what's going to happen. We have Ashanti Bell. What part in making your comic did you enjoy most? Was it the concept or the writing the script? Was it the concept or writing the script that was the best part? I love writing the script. As much as I like getting the concept of it, I love like getting those words out, learning more about the characters. But my favorite part is you guys reading it and hearing your opinions on the book. It's my favorite part. So hopefully you guys are able to get the book that I can hear your opinions. All right, next is Terrence J. Do you think Gotham will get any good at all? That show's terrible. I've seen the first episode and I don't want to watch anymore. So I don't know. I hear people like it though, so it's just not my thing. Maybe it's not your thing, but it seems like people like it for the most part. That's why it's got season 2. All right, next. Next. Ben, were you a fan of Superwoman? What happened to her? Yeah, I was. I really love that arc. It's by Sterling Gates, who's one of my favorite writers, and he's an awesome writer and really cool on Twitter too. I love that story with Lucy Lane. I don't really know what happened to her though. I think it's just kind of vanished her character, or they just didn't use her that much. But yeah, I love that arc. It's one of my favorite Supergirl arcs. Now, Vern Kid, are you surprised Scream series got a season 2? I actually am. I thought it was going to be whatever that show was called, the one with Victoria Justice, eye candy thing, where it'd be like everyone hated it. Let's just not renew it. I guess MTV is like, let's renew it. People are enjoying it, so I'm surprised, but I'm not seeing it. And I did not like the first episode at all. All right, let's go to the next question. All right, let's see. We have more questions. Here we go. Other review dude, what do you edit your videos with? I don't really edit my videos that often because that's just style videos I do. I like the straightforward, let me talk to you guys videos. But if I do edit a video, I actually go to school for, video production and all that fun jazz. So I do have Premiere, Adobe Premiere, but it's a bit on the expensive side if you're not a student. I previously I've used iMovie, but I like using Adobe Premiere for editing. Have you updated to Windows 10? And if so, have you noticed any change? I am a Mac person. You guys should know that. Tevia, what is your opinion of Fantastic Four movie bombing so hard? And do you think Fox is going to listen to people? Opinion, I mean, I hated the movie, so I'm happy I bombed. And I answered about the Marvel thing already earlier. Tevia, what is your opinion on the X-Men comics going on now? And do you think the past X-Men should go back to the past? Because I think they should go back to the past. I like it for the most part. I'm not saying it's like the best age for X-Men, but I like them so far. Not so far, but for the most part. Do I think they should go back to the past? Not really. I like the past X-Men. They've been here for a while. I like them for the most part. So, no. All right, let's see more questions. Let's see. Next is from Other Review Dude. For someone who has never seen a Star Wars movie, is it worth all the hype as well as crap that they get? Should I watch them? I mean, I've never seen the movies, but they're such pop culture icons. I know all the major plot threads in the movies. Interesting is that I've not seen all the Star Wars movies. I just saw the first one last Thursday because what we're doing for Media Madness is that we are reviewing every Star Wars movie and we're commentating every Star Wars movie because I have not seen all the Star Wars movies. So I saw the first one. I didn't like it that much because, a lot of people don't like it. I gave it like a 2.5. I seen the third one, Revenge of the Sith, and I seen the first real one, so the fourth one. I think they're worth watching. That's why I'm watching it because Force Awakens looks really great, so I want to be caught up and know the universe before I go into it. So I say give it a try. See if you like it. That's what I'm doing. Well, I'm not even just giving it a try. I'm watching it all. So, but that's more because of the new movie coming out. But yeah, if the new movie looks interesting to you, I think you should give it a try. Next is Andy Ordonez. What's your favorite horror movie? Classic or modern? Classic. I love the slasher films. My friend loves those slasher films, so he's got me into them when I was, growing up with him. So like Halloween, Scream, I really like, even though that's more of a modern-ish movie. I really like Final Destination. I guess that's more modern too. I hate the modern ones where they're not scary at all, and they're like, oh, here's a random ghost in a room. Found footage ones I'm not a fan of. So the modern ones, like the ones that after it came out, after The Grudge, pretty much been looking the same ever since. I don't really like those. I like the slasher ones more. Ben, NG says, do you bag and board all your comics? Yes, I do. I usually wait. Sometimes I'll wait to bag and board my books until later in the year, just kind of pile them up. But I always do because just to keep them safe. I do wait to actually put them in the boxes. I usually do that every January. I have my own time to put all the comics I got throughout the year, which is a lot. I put them in the box. It's kind of cool to kind of look back at the year and organize your books at the same time. But so far, I've been pretty consistent of having all the bagged and boarded at this point. So everything's bagged and boarded right now. They're just in piles waiting to go into box in January. That's my process. I know a lot of people have different processes. All right, let's go to the next question. Do you like Italian food? Yes, I do. I love Italian food. As a student and content creator, do you keep a schedule so you can stay up to date with everything? And if so, you mind sharing a tiny bit of it? Yes, I do. I mean, right now I'm a senior, so I'm going to be a senior in college. So schedule is a little bit lighter now, which is great. But also, I have a lot of responsibilities to do. But I make my school schedule the way I want it, and especially with the TV shows, I try to like Arrow. I always want to be home on time for that. And same for some of the shows coming up now. But yeah, time schedule wise, I just kind of try to keep a week ahead and know what podcasts I'm doing, what I need to do for school, what I need to do for life, and just got to keep it all organized. I always plan a week ahead. That's kind of the process. All right. Sparrow, what DC film are you most looking forward to? I will say I just did a video on Comic Frontline, top 10 anticipated superhero movies. Check that out. It's on Comic Frontline. Just posted it. After this, so you can check it out. Tevia, speaking of the Ultimate Universe, what would you save besides Miles, or who would you save? Kitty I would save. I like her character. Or Mary Jane. No, Mary Jane's with Peter. Yeah, Kitty. Maybe Gwen. Probably Kitty. Jessica Drew. Never mind. Not Kitty. Jessica Drew. Then Kitty. Tevia, what's your opinion on Supergirl, Kara Zor-El comparison to New 52? Hate her New 52 version. Her pre-52 is better. All right, moving on. Let's see. More. Speaking of horror movies, what's your opinion on Sinister 2? I haven't seen the first one, so no opinion on that. All right. Let's see. Going down. Let's see. A-Rock, you say you love family-based comics. Is it more interesting when you have related characters, or is it more interesting when you have unrelated characters come together? That's actually an awesome question. I kind of like a mix of it. If you read like Father Like Daughter, you're going to see that a lot. People that are not blood related come together, and people that are blood related together. What that means? What does blood truly mean? So I like them both. I like when you have these unlikely characters come together, but also like seeing like, hey, this is my brother, this is my sister. Like obviously we have a bond. We have to stick together because we're family. So yeah, I love both aspects a lot. It's a really great question. Jeremy, do you think Michael will die in Teen Wolf Season 5A? I don't think so, because they brought him to San Diego. So I think he's going to survive, and he'll have a little twist for us. So I don't think he's going to die. Next. Ashanti Bell, how many different ideas did you come up with before the idea of Father Like Daughter? There was a lot of previous ideas I had. Like the book was really different before the final idea, and that was as I was coming up with ideas, whoa, that's a cool twist. So it was a really cool, smooth process. It was really easy to write because it was everything I love into one book. But yeah, one thing I can't spoil it, but yeah, there's ideas I definitely had before coming up with the main plot of Father Like Daughter and realizing what the main plot is. Next question. Karen J, you're not alone. I just got into Star Wars a few months ago. I'm glad I'm not alone. Karen J, what was your favorite graphic novel of all time? So there's a difference between trade and graphic novel. So, and now I'm seeing what you're saying. There's a little weird reflection over here. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen. I'm yeah, I could kind of see what you're saying as a person. That's just a weird light reflection. Sorry, going on. Anyways, we have graphic novels. Yes, so there is definitely a difference between a graphic novel and trade. Favorite trade, of course, always gonna be Spider-Girl. Favorite graphic novel. I really like this graphic novel from DC called Bad Girls. It's this high school girl. Oh man, I have to read this again. It's such a good book. It's about this high school girl. They get powers from pollution in their school, and they all get powers, and you see who the mean girls are who are not. It's been a while since I've read it, but it's my favorite. It's really good. I have to read that. It's a really good graphic novel. So Bad Girls. It's from DC Comics. I've never heard anyone talk about it, but I really like it. And I'll probably like reread it tonight. Next is Ben Engie. Is there a better Kitty Pryde than Joss Whedon's version? Do you think she could carry her own book? Yeah, hell yeah, she could carry her own book. Definitely. Is there a better version? I mean, Whedon's version of Kitty is remarkable. I love it. You know, one of Whedon's favorite character is Kitty Pryde, which I love. As you know, because Kitty is one of my favorite characters of all time. But my favorite Kitty story ever is Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. So I think Claremont wrote that. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure he wrote that miniseries. But Whedon comes in a close second, definitely. His Kitty is great. All right, reloading some questions. Let's see. All right, let's look at these questions. All right. Karen Shea, are the DC animated movies getting better? I think the Bruce Timm movies are great. I love Gods and Monsters. Do I think they're getting better? No. Again, Bruce Timm, yes, but the New 52 ones, no. I still think they're kind of bad. I mean, you can find some good ones, like Sultan Arkham's actually pretty good. That's the only one I feel like is like really, really worth watching. And Flashpoint, I guess you could count as like the New 52, and that's really good. Other than that, the other ones are kind of iffy. Harry Bean, if Supergirl goes season 2, will we see Streaky the Supercat or Comet Superhorse? Comet the Superhorse. I think they could maybe make a reference of it. I don't think we'll ever see like full on Streaky. I feel like we'll see like, oh, you know, Supergirl gets a cat. It'll be more of a reference thing. Reveal Patton, you said you read Invincible. How do you feel about the controversial rape scene? I think they did it very well. You know, obviously, like you said, it was very controversial and it should be. But I liked how they handled it. It wasn't one of those things where it's just like, oh, let's just do this for a headline. They did it, and they really handled it well. The way how Mark is reacting to this and showing it can happen to guys also. I think Kirkman did a really good job with it. So, and I think it enhanced the story, and it wasn't just a headliner. So I thought it was handled very well. Next is Reveal Patton. Will Let Father Like Daughter be sold in trades or just separate issues? At this point, it's just separate issues. But if you guys like the series enough and, you know, there's enough supporters, I'm sure we'll, you know, have a trade for it too. Or at least try to have a trade. Chris, could you walk in Ben Grimm's shoes for 24 hours, meaning the Thing for a day? Probably not. That's a hard thing. Pun intended, I guess. Pun not intended. Probably not. He has a hard life. Heavy question. What's your opinion of the Ultimates 1 and 2? Never really read the Ultimates. I didn't really like it. I've always read more Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, and Ultimate Fantastic Four. Other review dude. Even though I know he won't be saved, would you save Jimmy Hudson from the Ultimate Universe? I feel like he has more stories. Yeah, I love Jimmy Hudson. I love his origin story too. Ultimate X issue 1. I'm pretty sure he was debuted in. Yeah, I love his character. I would save him. The other review dude. Do you think a good horror film can still be done in these days of age? Seems like every horror trope has been done to death. No pun intended. Okay, pun intended. Yeah, I think it could be done. I do. I just think that it hasn't been. And I didn't like It Follows. I know a lot of people did. I did not like that movie at all. Other review dude, do you think it's weird that neither DC or Marvel has put out a good anime show / movie in a while, despite one company being owned by one of the biggest names in animation history? True that. I mean, yeah, Big Hero 6 was technically a Marvel movie, technically a Marvel anime movie, and that was pretty good. And then DC just released Gods and Monsters, which was really good. But yeah, it is kind of ironic with Marvel. All right, let's see. I say let's see a lot, but let's see. All right. More questions. Sorry. All right, I think we have more here. Yes. Do you like the relationship between Kitty Pryde and Star-Lord? And this from other review dude. Yeah, you know, for them, at first I'm like, do I want them together? I think they work. I think it works, and it's putting Kitty more in the spotlight too. So I actually like them. I mean, they're not like my favorite ship of all time, but I like them. I think they work. It makes Star-Lord a better character too. So I think they work well with each other. Next question. Joe Juzzy. Does it sometimes bother you when someone says a movie you love is overrated? And do you think the word overrated is overused? Yeah, definitely. You know, I guess, you know, I mean, I feel like I just said that about It Follows, but I don't really, for me, like, if I like a movie, I like a movie. There's a lot of times where I like a really cheesy movie. It could be one of my favorites. And just because I like it, I'm having a fun time with it. And, you know, I've known people that like the Fantastic Four movie. If you liked it, that's cool. I'm never going to say, well, it was horrible. Everyone should hate it because it's a horrible movie. It's like, if you found enjoyment in it, I think that's great. So, yeah, just find enjoyment in whatever you like. That's my opinion. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. All right, next question. Terrence J. Are you more excited for Flash Season 2 or Arrow Season 4? I'm a bigger Arrow fan, so I gotta go for Arrow. Even though I'm probably the minority on that. Red Wolf 316. If you had Superman's powers for 24 hours, what would you do? I'd fly somewhere and then lift something, like a car, then fly back. That's what I would do. Save the world? Nah, just fly somewhere. All right, I gotta reload the questions. Let's see. Oh, here we go. No, for some reason the comments aren't really loading that much. But I guess we'll go for like another 15 minutes and then we'll probably stop. So let's get some of those last minute questions in. This was fun though. I hope you guys had fun with the surprise Q&A. I think you guys did. I only need one bottle of water too. I have the extra though. My throat still hurts me. I talk a lot. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe in the future I'll do it again. It seems like you guys do tend to enjoy this a lot though, so I try to do as much as possible. But yeah, let's get some last minute questions in. I will let it load for like another minute and we'll get those questions and then we'll stop and then we'll do another one of these days. Either if I hit a milestone or like, hey, I want to do a Q&A. All right, loading it up now. Let's see. Another review dude. Star-Lord and Kitty aren't your favorite ship. Which ship do you ship harder than any ship? And you would crash any other ship underneath the hull of your ship. Definitely Mary Jane and Peter Parker. Ship. The other review dude. What is the biggest favorite thing, biggest/favorite thing in Like Father Like Daughter that you're most excited for the readers to read? There's a lot of twists and turns. There's some big reveals, and I am excited for you guys to read those big reveals. And I will not talk about those big reveals because I don't want you to be spoiled. So there are big reveals coming down and emotional moments. So everything's big that I want you guys to read and enjoy. All right, let me load the questions. All right. No. The other review dude. I had so much fun that I choked on my peanut butter trying to get to my computer. quick enough when I saw that you had a surprise Q&A. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I feel bad that you almost choked on your peanut butter, but I'm happy that you're excited for the Q&A. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Other review dude, you had some awesome questions. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully it was worth choking on your peanut butter. It seems like those are all the questions. I guess I'll load it one more time. But it seems like that's all. Oh no, maybe there's more. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's more. Okay. Well, there's a lot more. Okay. Okay, I think I got some. Reveal pattern. I haven't been reading much of Invincible, but does the rape still affect his character, and why did the woman rape him in the first place? It does affect his character, and the reason that she did it was population, and she wanted a child with him. So that's why it happened, and it's a really intense scene, and I think they're, again, doing it justice. Next question is from Ashanti Bell. If you had to design a costume for a first-time hero or coming out of retirement hero, how would the costume function? Would it give him a boosted power so it'd be invincible? Would it limit their power so they would think of ways to overcome issues? I think it'd just be like a cool costume that, I don't know if it enhances his powers, but just looks cool. But I guess it enhances power, of course. Let's just say that. All right, reveal pattern. The new MCU Spider-Man movie, would you like MJ or Gwen as a romantic interest? And which do you think will appear in the movie most likely? I hope it's MJ. As you know, I'm a big MJ fan, so I hope it's MJ. Most likely, I think it'll be both of them. They might try to do a love triangle. We'll see. All right. Terrence J. Are we ever going to get some good... Oh, we already answered that. So I think this is the last question. This is from Nathan Banks. I hear Marvel/Disney needs to give Fox the okay to do X-Men series. Do you think Marvel/Disney needs to do something in return, such as the rights of Fantastic Four? I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know what the contract's gonna look like, but maybe it'd be Fantastic Four. Who knows? That would probably be the best option for Fox. Give away Fantastic Four. I do think there's actually... Yeah. Red Wolf, have you read the Batman the Killing Joke graphic novel? Yes, I have. It's great. I'm a big Barbara Gordon fan, so I have read it. All right, let me see. I see one more, I think. Yeah. Sparrow002 says, thoughts on BoJack Horseman? I've never seen it, but I've heard good things. Other review dude, who is your favorite character to write for Like Father Like Daughter, and is the character one you relate to the most? I get this question a good amount of times too. Stephanie, I have a lot of fun writing her. I guess I relate to her the most. I feel like I could have a silly personality sometimes, quirky personality. So that is why I relate to Stephanie. I think she does have a cool, quirky personality. All right, and I think... all right, there was a couple more questions. Reveal pattern, Negan or the Governor, which you like the most in the Walking Dead comics? I do not read the Walking Dead comics. I've only read the first volume, so I can't answer that. Slap Nuts 2000. Do you find it idiotic that people wanted the Fantastic movie to fail? Yes, I actually wanted the movie to do well. When I walked in there, I was like, I want this to be a good movie. And then I walked out and it wasn't a good movie. But I do think it was kind of sad that people walked in with bad expectations. But that's also because the reviews were so negative surrounding. So I guess it was kind of hard not to do that. All right, let me see. The other review dude, excuse me, miss. We're looking for a sidekick who recently went missing in Detroit area. If you have seen Alpha big time, please let him be and never mention him again. Thank you and have a nice night. Yeah, Alpha was not a good sidekick, and I'm glad they have not used him again. That was not great. That was a good joke. All right, next, so we actually got a lot here. So, Revel Patton says, Kat, how old are you? You look like you're in high school. Get that a lot. I am not in high school. I am almost 21 years old, and I am a senior in college. So there we go. So I'm not in high school. But I guess when I get older, that'll always be flattering. You look like you're in high school. I'm just 50 years old. All right, next is Chris. Who would you choose to write a Fantastic Four Incredibles comic? Brad Bird, of course. Ben NG, thoughts on the Archie reboot? Love it. It got me into Archie. Really, really love it. Love that book. I think that's actually a good question to end it on. So those are all the questions for now. I'm sorry, but we'll definitely have more for the Q&A, another Q&A soon. And if you guys have any more questions, I can answer them, you know, along the way. If even it's not in the video, I'll answer them. But thank you guys. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and it made it entertaining Sunday night. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for the awesome questions. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links from my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later.